This J. Cole project right here reminds me of how underrated J. Cole is. That's what it reminds me of right now, man. And we have to remind ourselves of, hey, are we missing out on some rappers here? Like, yo, there's some rappers out there that are spitting dope bars that don't get enough credit, and I think we can all admit to that, right? But definitely, since this whole Big Three thing has started happening, and we all know that J. Cole has backed out of the battle, it was like, oh, okay, can we take you seriously as a rapper anymore? I definitely believe so. But, you know, there were some people that I heard from and some people that I spoke to that said, oh, you know what? J. Cole backed out of the battle. Don't know if we can take him seriously anymore. But wrong. Look at him bounce back and do this video that he just put out. And I was watching some of this video, but I just said to myself, what better not to watch it with y'all? And I believe the artist is actually PFG featuring J. Cole. Whole House. It's a pretty dope track, man. It kind of reminds you that, like, oh, wait, hold on. Were we tripping on J. Cole? I hope not. I hope we weren't tripping on J. Cole, because J. Cole was dropping bombs on this, man. J. Cole was dropping bombs. All right. So y'all tell me, have y'all listened to the track? Like I said, and you know, I can't play too much of the track because I don't want to get it flagged. I don't want to get the whole video flagged or whatever. But that's why I put it on this right here, so we can see. But I'm really liking this track, man, and I'm really liking what he's doing with this. Let's see if we can play a little bit of it.
The whole house, we serve the whole house. We known to serve the whole house. The whole house. Laying off a dope fiend. Counterfeiting trappers. I'm a G.O.D. fearer. Breathe deep so my POV's clearer. They talk we BOCs so rare on the retreat.
I'm gonna go back to J. Cole's verse.
We known to serve the whole, we serve the house. We known to serve the whole, we serve the whole house. Like they know that I'm that nigga with that fire in his pimp. Fuck around time, them hoes jump higher in the gym. I'm talking about vertical, my jersey though retired in the Raptors. I ain't coming off a dollar, might want to try a different rapper. How these niggas be tricking, it won't be hard to find a benefactor. Some of them rush been a dagger, some of them counterfeiting trappers. I'm a G.O.D. fearer, breathe deep so my POV's clearer. They talk we BOCs so rare on the retreat, we don't even hear you. Beat when I put up in your area. One deep, on bike, on feet, big tune, Home Depot, my wrist, Sub-Zero. I'm lying about diamonds, I don't need those. I find it kind of strange, we can't even recognize you niggas outside without your chains. I tried to hide it there, my silhouette's iconic dame. They recognize the locks, they recognize the game. They recognize the sort of aura from a mile away. I live my...
Hold on. Hold up for just a minute. He said, if I'm calculating this correctly, he said that they can't even remember you without your chains. Yo, hey, J. Cole is spitting.
Taking it right there.
Wait, let's do it like this.
Taking it right there. They leave me no choice.
Yeah, J. Cole spin. Woo, man, he spin. I mean, it's almost like I said, man, earlier. It's like J. Cole came back as he always has before. It's like he came back to remind y'all that, oh, in case you didn't know, I was part of the big three, or I am part of the big three. Maybe he doesn't want to be part of the big three. That's the other point, is that maybe he doesn't want to be part of the big three, just like it sounded like with Kendrick. Kendrick didn't sound like he really wanted to be part of the big three either, right? So possibly J. Cole's just like, hey, you know what? Whatever, this is what it is. I mean, I get it. I get it. You gotta show that you're not phased. You gotta show that, like, hey, you love this rap shit. You love this hip hop. You gotta show that you're not phased, and that you gotta still come with it. I get it. But a part of me also feels like, okay, I mean, he's popping out for some features. It's dope, man. Like I said in a quote earlier, I said, I think J. Cole is underrated. I mean, at this time, like, there was a time where he was very celebrated and everybody was loving what he was doing. And, you know, still to this day, they still love what he's doing, right? But I feel that now he might be a little underrated. Like, people don't look at J. Cole the way they used to. But not only that, it might be also because of Kendrick. Kendrick might have just took that whole persona of, you know, rich rapper, but that's still conscious. And like J. Cole was really trying to do that. And he was succeeding at doing that. It wasn't like he was just trying to do it and it didn't work. Shout out to J. Cole. Let me get in a little round of applause if we can. Shout out to J. Cole. He was doing it. Yeah, J. Cole was doing it, man. But, and I mean but, the issue was, or maybe it wasn't an issue. Maybe it was just an issue for J. Cole's record sales. But the issue, if there was one, was just that Kendrick was just doing it better. I mean, isn't there a point, if we really think about it, that J. Cole has dreads and Kendrick has braids? But then Kendrick did cut the hair and was sporting the fade, or the fade flat top afro, or whatever you call that. And so it's like, okay, but there was a point where Kendrick was rocking the long braids and trying to wear the Jesus Christ crown, trying to depict the image that we have of Jesus. I mean, oh, okay, we got the dreads pulled back in the ponytail for this one, right? But, I mean, we can't say that there hasn't been rappers that have tried to portray, you know, like Christ like images. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can pull this up. Like right here. Yeah, like Christ-like images. Not to mention, this is the interesting part right here too. Not to mention that look at that. They're already doing like all kinds of drawings. But they, like, yeah, if you see this right here. Not to mention that Kendrick dressed up as Jesus for Halloween. One Halloween, Kendrick Lamar went to a Halloween party dressed up as Jesus. Yeah. That's what he did, y'all. That's what he did. Pretty interesting to me, man. But yeah, man, I say so they are themselves as depictions. It's kind of obvious, but yeah.
Fuck the room when we in town, I'm hold jump, I'm talking about my jersey, I ain't gonna doubt, I want to that one. How do you leave it hard, might have been a factor. Some of them boys, them counting rap, I'm a deep, very deep, some piece, they we build these from the reek, we beat, on deep, wrist, sub-zero. I'm lying about diamonds, I don't need those. I find it kinda strange. We can't even recognize you niggas outside without your chains. I tried to hide, but then my silhouette's iconic dang. They recognize the locks, they recognize the game, they recognize the sort of aura all away. I live my life like a parade, it's my ways. We got it for the low ski, hunt down, my bounty for the hosting. $1 million off a dope film. Chat my white teeth, it's a motion. The whole house, we serve the whole house. We know to serve the whole house.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty dope. J.Cole and his did. And let's just kick a rhyme real quick if I have that right here.
I'm in Europe, I do stacks, and I buy Glocks and talk to plug. PFG, or they kill for me. We gon' smack son, flatline. We on the front line, and we gon' whack son. Send a blitz with something behind the tent that'll stop a Mack truck. How your chain cost more than your car? That shit don't add up. Real dope boy, I get money, you lie. Started off.
Okay, I get it. You wanna pump your homies that are coming up, and your homies that sound like that. They're straight from the hood. Straight out of Compton. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where this dude's from. I was just saying that, like when people say straight out of Compton, you know. Now that I said it, let's look it up. Where is PG from located? It says Richmond, Virginia. I don't know if I'm right or not, or if I'm correct. I mean, I think I am. Yeah, I'm just looking this up. According to Google, it says that he's from. Let me just make sure. Let's just fact check this. Let's put a little bit more details in. Oh, actually, it says North Carolina. Okay, I'm glad we put in the more details. And that makes sense because J.Cole is from North Carolina. So I understand. So J.Cole is putting his homies on from North Carolina. Round of applause. He's looking out for his people. Yeah. That's right. That's right. I get it. Okay. Calm down. Yo, I want to let y'all know that he is looking out for his people. Yeah. And the point of the matter is that that's dope. That an MC who made it, it's like, okay, I'm gonna bring all the the other cats from the city. I'm gonna bring them up, as you should, because it's like, what else is there to do? You've already made it. You're a famous rapper. You sold millions of records. You've made millions of dollars. You're famous. You're rich. What else is there to do now? Bring up the up and coming talent. I completely get that. Like, if I'm in that position, once I make it, like, I feel like I've already made it. Like, you can see by this. Like, you see my plaques on the wall? I've already made it. But, let's talk about to the degree of, like, a Jay-Z or something like that. Let's say billionaire status. Yeah. Didn't Nas, one of my favorite rappers of all time, which is right here on my wall, Nas, didn't Nas say, but I also got Jay-Z up here too, just so you know, not to mention Eric B. and Rakim, Dr. Dre, but we'll get into all of that later. But I got some classics on my wall if you can't, just in case if you can't see what's the greatest hip-hop albums of all time hanging on my wall. But yo, man, I gotta tell you, man. Nas, man. These rappers were really telling you the truth. They were really telling you the truth, man. And I don't know what has happened since then. I don't know, man. But J.Cole and all that, I gotta say, I think that we're underrating him. I think that this big three thing, I think that the big three thing is now stupid. And Kendrick kind of put that out there. He must have had some people in his ear that must have told him, like, hey, man, F the big three, dude. You ain't part of the big three. This is you, Dot. This is you. I bet. I bet it was, man. And same thing with some of the others. Same thing with them. Like, Drake. And speaking of which, that was the other point of this title that we're going to come back to. But that Billboard, or let me make sure I pull it up. Billboard had basically said that the record sales have dropped since then. Since a few years ago. And it makes you wonder, like, everybody was saying like Drake had saved the Billboard charts, but apparently it doesn't look like that is the case. And not only that, but they're saying that it's mostly pop, country music, possibly some rock, and Latino. This is the music that is controlling the Billboard charts. Now, I understand that. Every music is going to have its course. Or it's going to go up, it's going to go down. I mean, we all know hip-hop has been controlling the mainstream since, like, forever, man. Can we not front on that? Can we not front on that? Hip-hop has been controlling the mainstream since, like, forever. Let's not front. But there are some situations where we have to ask ourselves. Like, has the record industry really destroyed hip hop? That's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking that it was all for a purpose. It was. As you can see right here in this post right here. Now, whether this post is truly fuller or let's see. Hold on. What is it, Billboard? You're right. We should fact check this before we talk about it. But I would imagine that hip hop social media account that's posting something about Billboard allegedly would somewhat be true, especially the fact that you got the number whatever it is or top media hip hop outlets from Complex magazine. And if Complex magazine is supposed to be legit, then I would hope that they're not posting social media accounts that are posting clickbait. Because if that's so, if y'all are just posting clickbait because it's getting hits, then that's trash. But let's see what AI has to say. Okay, it looks like we might be correct. Thankfully. All right, like I said, you can't be posting clickbait. And, yeah. Nah, fuck that. All right, yes. According to Google, wait, let me see. Wait, what does it say? Yeah. Hip-hop's presence on the Billboard charts has seen a noticeable decline. While still a massive global force, its peak commercial dominance has softened, leading to a dip in chart-topping singles and albums compared to previously. Okay. So, while still a massive global force, its peak commercial dominance has softened. I just wanted to break that sentence or paraphrase. I wanted to break that down for a minute. So it almost seems like from what it's saying right there is that hip hop is still like popular. It's still dominating the culture, but its peak commercial dominance is not here anymore. And you know what I think? I think it's because the record industry has continuously put out trash rappers. Yeah. They put out trash rappers to the point to where people are just tired of it. Like, they're just like, oh, another rapper talking about how much money or how many girls he gets or he's selling drugs or whatever we can say on this, whatever we can say. I think people have gotten tired of that. Or also, people have also gotten tired of women that would be just talking about how much they can twerk and how much they can take from a man and that they can do all of this and they can do all of that. And they could take all of this from a man, like his money. Like, how much money can you get from him? And I only mess with the 6-figure nigga. Or what do they say? Or some say 10-figure nigga. Some are even saying now like 15-figure. 15-figure nigga. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. 15-figure nigga. These are the lyrics that some women, I'm not going to say all, but most, it almost seems like. I'll say these are the lyrics that most of these women are putting in their rap songs. Like the Young Miami, spin that all my scammy niggas, where you at? Or whatever, or however it goes. I mean, yeah, in a way, it's so catchy, but still, it's like you really have to look at it and say to yourself, is this really a part of real hip hop? But I give J.Cole props, man, because I would think he was probably aware of all this.
My bounty for the hosting. 2-6, made $1 million off a dope fiend. Trap nigga, white tees, and drink machine. The whole house, the whole house. We serve the whole house. We known to serve the whole house, the whole house. We serve the whole house. We known to serve the whole house. Locked and loaded, I'm that nigga with that fire in his pen. Fuck the rim when we in town, them hoes jump higher in the gym. I'm talking about vertical, my jersey though retired in the Raptors. I ain't coming off a dollar, might wanna try a different rapper. How these niggas be tricking, it won't be hard to find a benefactor. Some of them worshiping the devil, some of them counterfeiting trappers. I'm a G.O.D. fearer, breathe deep so my POV's clear.
Yeah.
They talk we BOCs so rare on the retreat, we don't even hear you. Beat beat when I pull up in your area, one deep. On bike, on feet, big tune, Home Depot, my wrist, Sub-Zero. I'm lying about diamonds, I don't need those. I find can't recognize you niggas outside without your chains. I tried to hide, but damn, my silhouette's iconic dang. They recognize the locks.
They recognize the locks?
They recognize the game. They recognize the sort of aura from a mile away. I live my life like a parade, I got it my way. Ice cream, we got it for the
That's easy.
low ski. 100,000, my bounty.
All right. This is easy for J. Cole. This verse that he kicked. This is like nothing for him. He just kicked the verse. He was just like, all right, okay. All right, here. You need a 16? Here you go. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was 16 bars, whatever, because I know some of you are going to count. Say, it wasn't 16 bars. And, you know, whatever. But Jay was just like, yo, I'm gonna give you this verse. And that's what he did. He delivered a verse. Now, was this like, oh my God, this was just like an amazing J. Cole verse. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's done better verses, but it's still pretty good compared to what's out now. And I think J. Cole is kind of doing what I could say what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, is that he's it looks like and sounds like he's restarting the process, which is what I'm doing. Like, if you haven't noticed, like, we are restarting the process. I know a lot of y'all are asking for these types of videos or those types of videos, but let me ask you a question, or let me not ask you, but let me say this. If it's not paying the bills, then why would you continue to produce content like that? I mean, you have people that produce content that makes a lot of money, and they choose to not produce that content anymore. Because why? Because they have moved on. And that's what some of y'all don't seem to understand. But let me say this. Doesn't it make sense to y'all that you would produce content that also helps you make money? So hopefully you can understand that right now. And like I said, I want to say thank you to all our subscribers, all our members, all the people that follow and like the channel and like the videos and share them and all that. I really thank y'all. Those of you on all platforms, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Let's go back to the track.
For the hosting, 2-6. Trap nigga, white tees, and J.Cole.
Let's run it back. Let's run it back.
They recognize the locks. They recognize the game.
They recognize the locks. They recognize the game.
They talk we BLC so rare on the retreat. We don't even hear you. Beat when I put up in your ear. One deep, on bike, on feet. Big tool, Home Depot. My wrist, Sub-Zero. I'm lying about diamonds, I don't need those. I find it kinda strange. We can't even recognize you niggas outside without your chains. I tried to hide, but then my silhouette's iconic. Dang, they recognize the locks. They recognize the game. They recognize the sort of aura from a mile away. I live my life like a parade. I got a smiling way. Ice cream, we got it for the low ski. 100,000, my bounty for the hosting. 2-6, made $1 million off a dope fiend. Trap nigga, white tees, and J.Cole. The whole house, the whole house.
Yeah. I want to say this real quick. There's something very interesting about this beat. All right? Like, something very interesting about this beat. Where this beat, to me, almost sounds like Kendrick Lamar's Be Humble. It's very strange. It's almost to the point to where even the video, if y'all see what I'm saying, like even the video, like how J. Cole is standing right here, it looks and sounds like bitch, be humble. Yeah, sit down. What up? What up? Shut down. Shut up, bitch. Hold out. Sit up, bitch. Hold down. Yo, bitch, be humble. That's what it looks like for sure. So I'm like a little confused by this a little bit. Like, I don't know. It's starting to make me wonder. Like, yo, I could be in my hip hop bag, which I usually am, and I always am, I should say, but sometimes I'm like, yo, really? Even so, I'm like, yo, really? But could this be a jab at Kendrick Lamar? Could it be, man? I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think. Like, could this be a jab at Kendrick Lamar? Because, man, it's like the video, now that I think about it, looks very much like Humble. And I know if we play that, the video is going to definitely get flagged. I mean, well, it's probably going to get flagged from this anyway. So we might as well look at it from a real hip-hop point and a real hip-hop state of view. But, like, these were some of the clips, right, that we saw from the J. Cole video. And we know that Cole kind of came at Kendrick a little bit on the, what was it, Might Delete Later or something? We kind of know that, right? So who knows if maybe he's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to bring it back. All right, so we know definitely. I mean, this video is like probably one of the most popular hip hop videos on YouTube, so we already know it's gonna get flagged. But at least we can play it for context, for educational purposes. I'm doing that on purpose. Yeah. K dot. Everybody says it likes Damn. Yo, just to let you know, Damn is not my favorite album by Kendrick. It's not my favorite album by Kendrick. There's a lot more albums by Kendrick that I like. A lot more. All right. Let me see if okay. A lot of biblical references in this, like I said earlier. Don't forget, homie dressed up as Christ for Halloween. Let's not forget. Okay, that's a very interesting image with the hair on fire, or the burning of the head, or really it's about burning. I definitely agree with him on the stretch marks. Okay, like this scene right here. Kind of this scene right here. Kind of this scene. Where Kendrick is there with all of his people, right? In the Humble video. It's interesting shot right there. Looks like they're underneath the freeway. Bridges with the graffiti, with the shopping cart on the ground, which is good. Show what's going on in the hood, as you should. But I don't know. Like, y'all tell me. I feel like I'm seeing some type of resemblance here. Doesn't it? Even, I mean, we could even say the clothing. Like, J.Cole is wearing a hoodie that looks just like the hoodie that Kendrick Lamar is wearing. Like, you're going to tell me that's a coincidence that they're both wearing a black hoodie? Probably J. Cole is also wearing blue jeans as well. I mean, it's a little bit different of a set design, but like, look, even the people in the background of Kendrick are all wearing gray hoodies with black pants. Except for one over there that has the black hoodie, which looks like with the denim jeans like Kendrick. And then you also got the white shirt with the black pants, which looks like J-Rock. Who knows who the cat is next to him? Okay. They came uniformed. Nobody is wearing shorts. They're all wearing black pants except for one. And for the most part, they all wear hoodies. Well, you know, they probably got that on the set. Same thing with this. J. Cole is the one that's stepping out, but he's wearing the black hoodie, while the others are wearing jerseys. I'm just saying, y'all, these two set designs between what J. Cole did with Whole House and Kendrick Lamar with Humble looks somewhat similar to me. Especially if you guys can see it right here. All right, let's just see. Let's just let it continue for a minute. And we don't need to hear the song because we don't need to get it flagged. But, I mean, you know, Kendrick definitely did some more cinematic stuff. And wait, hold on. Let me, yeah. And remember how he dressed up as Christ? yeah, Kendrick definitely did more cinematic stuff. He wanted to portray the Last Supper of Christ in his video, and that right there is very that symbolic women. Okay, Instagram, yeah. All right, okay, so we get all that, right? We get all that. Kendrick wanted to make the video very symbolic for you, but also tell you this is what it is. And by the way, this song, Humble, I think is really reverse psychology. I really think he means in the song is to not be humble. That's why hence he says the phrase, bitch, sit down. Let's see the J. Cole. Oh, he took the little Dirk, okay. It's always rapping outside the house in North Carolina. Yeah, that definitely looks like North Carolina right there. So, homie is definitely repping North Carolina, no doubt. Yeah, we'll see what J. Cole does with this. But I gotta say, I definitely respect him. I respect what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like, I respect it, man. I really appreciate that J. Cole said, hey, you know what? I'm going to drop this project, and I'm going to drop it right now. Right during the summertime. I mean, it's like the perfect time. Yo, man, I got to tell you. Take note. Take note. And there's some things, for the most part, that I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't think J. Cole gets the credit that he deserves now. That he should. Because, I mean, I understand the whole battle. The battle thing definitely does make a difference. It definitely does. I'm not going to doubt that. But what I will say, though, is that J. Cole, and for the most reasons, in my personal opinion, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves. Well, especially now. And you see, and that's the funny thing, is that there was a time before where he actually did. You know, people were like, oh, Cole? Oh, he's one of the best rappers of all time. He's one of the top 3. But now it's like, we don't hear that as much. We don't hear it as much. So, I gotta just say, man, they were definitely coming with it.
Now you niggas outside without your chains. I tried to hide, but damn, my silhouette's iconic thing. They recognize the locks, they recognize the game, they recognize.
Can I speak on that part too, real quick? Where he said they don't recognize you without your chains. So are you basically saying that all these rappers gotta wear a bunch of chains to be recognized? And they probably knew too when they shot this video right here. They're like, yo, J. Cole's coming through. J. Cole's on the verse. We got J. Cole down to do the verse and to do the video. Yo, I already know J. Cole didn't charge nothing for the video. For this video, I already know. He did it on the strength. As it should be. As it should be. He did the video on the strength. But yo, man, I gotta tell you, is J. Cole going to help to revive hip hop and where it is right now? Because like we said earlier, hip hop has fallen off. It has completely fallen off. It is no longer what it used to be. And we have to wonder about that. I mean, we really don't have to wonder about that. I would say people that don't know what's up have to wonder about that, which is what this media site had posted, Karuko or whatever their name is. I think I remember seeing them voted with Complex as one of the best hip-hop media outlets. Really? So you get reported as one of the best hip-hop media outlets because you just reported what Billboard had said. Oh, and it got retweeted maybe a bunch of times. How many times did it get retweeted? Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure they had ones that did more, obviously. But, like, this one gets retweeted about 400 times, less than 1,000. Okay? But we have to ask ourselves, regardless of how many times it gets retweeted, we have to ask ourselves, like, is this really necessary? Like, is this really news? Are they really telling us news, or is this just... who cares, man? We already know rap music is not doing what it used to do. You know why? Because they've destroyed rap music. The record industry has destroyed it. But we can't say that it's like, oh, well, you know, they destroyed rap music and, you know, that's your fault for putting out that type of music. Yes and no. Because you're right. There should have been a point where people took a stand and said, hey, you know what? We're not going to put out this trash hip hop. Like, did you see the stuff that Sexy Red is doing? Oh, man. I don't even know if I can even find it. Let's see if we can find any of it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure anything we want to pull up is it. But, yo, interesting enough, because I just saw it, like, reposted right here. I think we were able to find it. But if you guys have seen what Sexy Red was doing on her, you know, social media accounts, it's kind of interesting. Hey! I mean, and then some people say, why did we make people like this famous? We didn't make them famous. The powers that be made them famous. But hopefully I can play this video for you guys right here so you guys can see. Do we need the sound? Not really, but let's see if we can play it with the sound just in case. I'll show you the generation that we have right now that's going on in rap music. Hey! Hey! Yeah. So this is the level of degeneracy that we have right now on Twitter and or Instagram. And it's just funny how, I mean, of course, she's doing tracks with Drake and she's out there. One thing I will say is that I'm so happy to see that Kendrick is not doing tracks with her. Even though we know that she has a track with SZA and Drake. But I'm glad to see that Kendrick has not decided to do a track with this woman. He couldn't. It would go against his religion. I don't know. I'm not surprised to see where the Billboard charts are and to see where they are. I'm not surprised. The record industry has done their best to destroy hip hop, and a lot of people will say, well, why would they do that? Why would they do that? The reason why they did it was because they don't care. That's the short answer. The short answer is because they don't care. The longer answer is that, well, it was for money. What's going to push out the message more so and make us more money? Because it has gotten to a point now where we have heard time and time again that a lot of these people who worked at these record companies and record executives, well, they needed to pay for their car insurance. They needed to pay for their mortgage. They needed to pay for their children's tuition to the Ivy League school that they were supposed to get into. So when you think about it like that, well, then it makes perfect sense why hip hop began to sound the way that it does. It makes perfect sense that rap music is where it is now. And I think that some people as well have been advocating for us to just stop calling everything rap music. Yeah, it's reached a point now to where not everything should be called rap music. We should call only certain things rap or hip hop, or even you have somewhat drill or trap. Let's start putting it into different categories because it's not all the same thing. Shout out Intrigue Productions. I think I see your quote, but you said bad times of the game. Yeah, man, thank you. Bad times of the game. You're absolutely right about that. There's a time where we have to understand that hip hop, even media, and I'm glad you brought that point up, man, because you actually made me think about something that I wanted to mention earlier. Was that even hip hop media is not talking about what's real anymore. Like, I said this in another video that you guys can go check out. You know, it's on my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm, helps the channel, so don't forget about that. But yeah, there's a video that you can go watch that I've already portrayed that just shows how, man, the whole Charlemagne academics thing has nothing to do with hip hop. And a lot of these takes that these guys are doing has nothing to do with hip hop. And I get it. I get it. Because maybe you've talked about hip hop so much that you're just like, oh, you know what? We've talked about hip hop so much that now we have to start talking about other topics. But do I really want to hear you talk about how to know if your wife is having an affair or not? No. I don't want to know if your wife is having an affair or not. I don't think that has anything to do with hip hop. That's not the reason why I started watching your channel. Or even worse, you're on a date with 50 Cent's baby mother. Oh!
Yeah.
Yo, you're on a date with 50 Cent's baby mother. That's supposed to be hip hop? To me, that sounds like gossip. Do you understand what I'm saying here? That sounds like gossip. And not only does it sound like gossip, but it sounds like a reality TV show, man. It sounds like a reality TV show. And it makes me wonder, like, oh, okay, is that where we are now? Are we at a reality TV show where we're not even talking about hip hop anymore? Like, you got all these professional cameras and all these professional camera crews documenting what you're doing in the day. And then we know it's all fake. But you can pretend like it's not. Wow. And you're supposed to be a hip hop media publication. And not only are you a hip hop media publication, but the way you're talking to women is wrong. The questions that you asked on that date were not questions that an alpha male should ask. But that's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother subject. I'm just telling you, man. It's really funny how the people in the media are trying to move right now, and how they're trying to make it move and make people see that this is what they're doing. I find it interesting. But yeah, man, I mean, for the most part, it's not a surprise to me to see Billboard be where it's at right now. It's not a surprise to me. They have definitely dumbed down the hip hop, made it very stupid. I'm happy that there's still people like J.Cole, and even the Drake album, Iceman, I like. And I know we can go to the thumbnail where you see the Kendrick kind of making fun, like, well, where he at? I thought he was going to save hip-hop right now. Listen, people want to hear Drake or Kendrick or whoever address the battle, because that was definitely one of the biggest battles in hip-hop. But I will say this too. We also want to hear what other rappers are coming with, or what these rappers are coming with other than just beefs and battles. We want to hear, like, yo, man, so what else is going on? Or what type of knowledge can you speak for us? I'm pretty sure that this is what people want to hear, because I've talked to a lot of people in the streets and they tell me this. So yeah. What is it that's been going on around you in your world? That's what I think people want to hear now. People are tired or just done with hearing how much money you got, how many hoes you got, how many yachts you got, how many cars you got. You traveled over here. Like, that's dope. That's dope. Not saying that you can't put that in your raps or your rhymes anymore, but it's like, elevate. Say something more. And I think that that's the direction of where the music industry is going now. And this is where the monetization will play. It's all about how can we expand to reach a different demographic. Do you understand? That's what it's all about, man. Like, you're going to have your demographic that you can reach, but how can you reach a different demographic? And I think that that's where it's going now. And once it goes there and it goes there fully, and it's interesting because if you really think about it real quick, that's how hip hop started. Hip hop started as a consciousness movement, like we had said before on previous chats. It started as a conscious movement and aware of social justice and what was going on in the communities. And this and that, and if that was wrong or right. And then somehow, some way, it just kind of turned or altered into this, oh, I make all this much money and I'm getting all this and all that. Nah, man. Like, oh, okay, we finally started paying some black slaves some money to rap on the television. That's really what it was. But that's not the culture of hip-hop. So it's slowly, I believe, going back into its true essence, into its pure form. And that is why a lot of this rap that was pushed by the agenda, who wanted to ruin rap, and they didn't care to ruin rap as long as it made them money and paid their bills. That's why it's now falling off of the Billboard charts and people aren't downloading or streaming like the way they used to. But once it goes back to the consciousness, people will again.